in English, full name hyperbytes, and in the last module you created your first extension, you're excited, you want to show it off to the world, and the way you're going to do that is you're going to package that as an NPM. So this module is going to show you how to go through that process. It's incredibly straightforward. So let's make a start. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our JSON, and I'm going to actually add one line in there, and this has nothing to do with the interface as such. This is a directive for the extension itself to tell it which platform that extension would work on. So if you don't specify this, the NPM will be assumed to work on all platforms. At this stage we've only allowed for Node, so we're just going to tell the extension that this is Node only. We do that by adding a very simple line in server model. Let's take those quotes out because they shouldn't be there. Server model Node. And you could have Node, comma, PHP, for example, if you also had a PHP version of this, because of course all of your extensions would use the same HJSON. They would simply have in this case, there would be also mymodule.php if it supported PHP. So we'll just save that. Now the next thing we need to do is to actually package this extension. And if I go into our file screen, remember we put this in extensions, server connect for modules, and we have our two files that we created in there. To package this we need a little bit more. We need a package JSON. We optionally have license, readme, and changelog. Not mandatory, but certainly that the package JSON is, and then we would package that. So it wouldn't be normal to package it directly out of here because, you know, certainly if you're me, you'll have multiple different extensions potentially in that modules folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a folder specifically for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that from the project manager. I'm going to go into extensions. I'm going to get rid of that one because that shouldn't be there. Excuse me. Click on add extension. Sorry, no, we're going to click on new extension. It asks us for a folder where we're going to put it in. I'm going to create a folder called tutorial 1. We're going to call this, let's give it a name of tutorial 1. We're at version 1. It's not an app connect, it's a server connect extension, and then we're just going to hit save. See, now it's created our folder tutorial 1. It has created our package JSON for us. So there we are. We can see tutorial 1, version 1, description, license, it defaults to MIT, and keywords. What we don't have as yet is any files in here. Now unfortunately Wappler doesn't have a copy and paste facility directly from the interface. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use File Manager, and I'm going to duplicate those two files into this structure here. But first I need to create that modules folder within there. So I'm off screen now. I'm going to just go into my extensions folder, and I'm finding those two files. I'm copying them, and then I'm going to move them to that tutorials folder that we've just created. And there we are, we've got them in there. we've got our package JSON. There is a couple of other folders that I'm going to, files I should say, that I'm going to create. I'm going to create a file called changelog, and it's normal to put this in capitals. So it's changelog.md. We're going to have, I put that in the wrong place, my apologies. That should be in the root there. We're going to create another file called license md, and then last but not least is the readme. So they are optional, but I think it's sensible to put them in. What I tend to do is within the license MD, I will put a standard MIT license. If you want to steal a standard license off any of my extensions, you are more than welcome. That's basically what MIT license means. Do whatever you want with this. So then changelog and readme. To be honest, normally what I do is I add a link in there to the Wappler forum post that I've created describing what the extension does. But there's no reason why you couldn't just manually do that. You can edit it inside Wappler and add, notes in or whatever. Readme. So there's our basic structure, and we need to make a little bit of a change to package JSON. So it's created that nicely for us. What I want to do is just add a little bit extra in there. And add an author section. That's me. You can add some keywords in there. And if we had any dependencies, we would add the dependencies list in this area here. But we don't, so we save that, and that is basically us ready to package this file. So we'll have a look at that next. Okay, so let's have a look at how we're going to package this. And it's pretty simple. We're going to open up our panel here, and we're going to go into terminal. Don't forget we're in a Linux style environment here, so using Linux commands. So ls, I've just listed those directories. I'm going to cd into tutorial1. If I list the files there, we can see then we are in our folder place. That's where we're going to create our package from. And then the first thing we need to do is to actually log in to npm. So we're going to do npm login. On username. There'll be no surprise to you. Add my password. Then asks for an email. And it's going to send me an email with a passcode. So I'm just waiting for that passcode to arrive here now. And my passcode in this case 55197286. That's it. Now we are logged into the registry, and we're ready to package our thing. So first thing I'm going to do, npm publish // access equals public. And we're just going to do a dry run. Sorry, that should be a dash there, shouldn't it? And if I've typed that correctly now, it will just pass that package and just check that everything is okay. If we're happy with that, I'm just going to take that dry run out, press enter, and let's have that. Now we've got an error there. Okay, I'm going to just guess we got some sort of name clash there. Actually, something I really should have done is amended that. And also I put hyperbytes in front of this. This is your NPM name. I'm guessing somebody else has already published a tutorial 1 on there. So let's just go back into our terminal now. Dry run it. Let's publish it again. And there we are, that's fine. So obviously there was a name clash there. Somebody's beat us to that. Takes a couple of minutes, and then we'll have a look at the NPM repository, and we'll see if that's been published. Have a look at our NPM stuff we've searched on Wappler. There are actually 3 pages of them. Quite a few extensions now out there. And we'll see that we've got the extension that we've just published available there. And if I click on it, we can see that we have our code, our modules, our code that we have there, and we've got our changelog, etc., etc. So there we are, that's published. If you wanted to add that to any of your projects, it is literally just a case of installing it from there. I'm not going to do that on this particular run through. I'll perhaps just do an install on that in another module now, and basically that's it. You are published. It's a really, really simple process. So I hope you'll join me in the next module. I'll install that extension into a freshly made project just to show you how that works. So I hope to see you then.